All right, everyone. Hey, friends, welcome to Hot Topics. It is March 7th, 2023. I'm excited to be with you tonight, along with Kim Gant. We are going to take just a minute to introduce ourselves before we get started this evening. My name is Shelley Lee Tyson. I am coming to you from Pennsylvania. I live out in the country. And so actually I'm joining you from my mom's house where the internet is way more reliable. So excited to be here with you. I am a consultant of almost 19 years, started in 2004 to make a little extra money. I was a single gal and was gonna stay 2 years. And here I am almost 19 years later. So I'm gonna flip over to Kim. Kim, you wanna introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Kim Gant. I am a senior director from Conover, North Carolina. And this is my 26th year with Pampered Chef. And I started to be able to stay at home with the kids when they were little. I worked a full-time job, did Pampered Chef alongside that, and then was able to transition and haven't looked back since. So I'm excited to be here training with Shelley tonight.
Yes. Oh, and I didn't say I'm an advanced director. So if you could all do us a favor, please, and mute yourself for now, just and then we're going to have a little Q&A as we go along, but just so our recording is clear. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and get us started with the meeting. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. All right. So as we said, everybody can see my screen, correct? Meeting? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. So welcome everybody. It is March 2023. It is hard to believe we are to another new month and a new season with Pampered Chef. And so we're excited to be here with you. And we want to do a little recognition to get started. So please use the chat function. I think we all probably know where that is. And we would like to recognize anyone who had a new team member in the month of February. So please put it in the chat. Let us know how many new team members you had. I'm going to try and see if I can, and Kim can kind of keep an eye out. So I see some, oh, 2. Good for you. I'm not sure who that is. It's coming up. Oh, somebody from the diaper bank. So I'm not sure who that is, but congratulations to you. Anybody else share the business opportunity in February? Let us give you a shout out. Put it in the chat. Okay. Oh, Sherry had one. Awesome. So moving along. Who sold $1,000 in February and you got that infuser water bottle? Drop that in the chat. You can just say me if it was you. Ooh, everybody's, look at that, Kim. We've got people yelling me for the $1,000. Awesome, everybody. Yay. All right. Again, do we have anybody here this evening with us that is celebrating a new career title? That is so exciting. Who promoted in title? And if your title's not up there, executive or whatnot, shout it out. Do we have any new career title promotions? Is that Michelle saying that she does, or that she had a promotion? Michelle, is that you? What level did you promote to? Share it in the comments. Okay. Oh yeah, share your level, Michelle. All right, we'll see what Michelle says here in a minute. Now, if you want to take a few notes, if you have not had time to check out the STIR or the information that is on Consultant's Corner, you may want to grab a pen and a piece of paper. I'm going to go over a few things that are happening, okay? So as we take a look at what is happening in March, right? There is a lot happening at the home office, a lot happening with parties. So I'm going to quickly go over some of these items that they are pointing out to us in regards to booking, selling, and recruiting. Okay, so how about the mixer? Let's hear in the chat. How about booking parties for that mixer? Are your customers, well, your hosts excited about the mixer? Okay, so what I wanted to point out is in March, the hosts can take the mixer for 60% off as the host special. Okay, it's important to note that it's for host rewards parties, bridal registries, and fundraisers. In April, okay, next month, only for host reward parties and bridal registries, the host will be able to take the mixer at 50% off as a half price item. Okay, so all of this information you can find on Consultants Corner, but some of these pieces of information I thought were super important to point out. Okay, so the special we know is 60% off of anything that they want to choose from the book with a $200 or more party in the month of March. The Test Kitchen Live, please note it for your calendar that it's tomorrow, March 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so there's more information about that as well. Shared rewards, we're always talking about shared rewards parties as well. In regards to selling, of course, we have this fabulous new product line, okay? And something very important that I want to point out that I was just talking with Kim about before we came on here is if you have not been on Facebook this evening, be sure to pop by the Consultant Scoop group. If you are not in that group, please be sure you join because they put important announcements out there. The cup slicer and the spatula tongs are selling like hotcakes. We knew they were going to sell like hotcakes, right? We knew that they were going to fly out. But here's the thing, they're expected to sell out this week already. However, they are going to be allowing us to take orders and doing back orders for them. So please, after we're done, take a moment, pop over to Facebook and be sure and watch the video from Laura Bohach in regards to what's happening with those two new products, the cup slicer and the spatula tongs. All right. And then we also have, of course, our gift with purchase. And remember, what's the big thing about the gift with purchase this month now?
90.
It's 90, exactly. It's $90. All right. We're going to talk in just a minute about the Say Yes story. So I'm going to hold tight on that. But the National Meet Pampered Chef Day for Home Office Direct is this Saturday, March 11th at 12 noon. You can register for that on Consultants Corner. Again, if you have not read your STIR or the March, monthly action plan, please visit that on Consultants Connection because it gives you all that information on there. All right. We have a kit discount code. Again, I'll talk about that in just a minute. And of course, our fast track rewards for all of our new consultants who are coming on board. Okay. And we're going to take some questions at the end if anybody would have questions for us. Okay. So like I said, we're talking about sharing the business opportunity in March. We love what we do. Others are going to too. So I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have seen the Share Your Story, where you can actually win prizes, right? You got to be in it to win it, like I always say. Share your personal story on social media. I'm sure you've seen some already pop up in your news feed. And you're going to use the hashtag #SayYesPC, tag Pampered Chef. Okay. I'm so glad I said yes to the apron, and you can too. Again, you can follow up and invite all of those recruiting leads that you have to the event this Saturday, March 11th at 12 noon Eastern time to find out more. Okay. And then we have this discount code going on right now, which is Say Yes 25 for when folks sign up. Okay. So it's a great opportunity, right? Do the little video, go in for prizes. I have here my notes. They're going to have 26 winners. I don't know if you were aware of that. They're going to be announced via the STIR on April 4th. So again, they're giving away some pretty fabulous prizes. I think I saw DJ E-Train was in there too. Anybody else see that? Something you can win with DJ E-Train, I believe, backstage. So we're challenging you to do your little say yes, okay, video. Now, what's in it for you in March? There is always so much for us to earn as consultants, right? And if we take a look at this, first of all, you hopefully know that we're working on earning new products, summer products. Level 1, $1,000, level 2, $2,000, and that's in the month of March. They say the products are going to be to us by the end of May so that we have time to look them over, try them out before the summer season kicks in, okay? Next, earn the Say Yes apron. When you share the business opportunity this month in March and your new team member qualifies within the first 30 days, you're going to get this very cute apron, gray Say Yes with the yellow tie. And then at the bottom, I wanted to point out about the Recruit Like a Boss challenge for the Kristen Boss webinar that she's doing. So there are more details again on Consultants Corner, but if you are a director to a senior director, when you have 2 new recruits in March, you will receive a ticket for this virtual event. When you add another new team member, making it 3, you get an extra ticket to bring someone along, okay? It can be an up-and-coming leader. It can be a new consultant. For those folks that are executive and above, their goal is to bring 4 people on board in March. And then when they add an extra one, they would get an extra ticket as well. The Kristen Boss event will be virtual on May 11th, okay? So know that you have all month, March 1st through 31st, to invite people to come and join Pampered Chef. And then in turn, you're going to get this ticket to a virtual event. Last but not least, the other 4 circles just to mention. Do you know where you're at for excellence awards? Personal sales, personal recruits, you know, promoting directors, okay, organizational sales. Do you know where you're at for excellence awards? Take note, it ends May 31st. So believe it or not, I can't even believe it's March, but we're almost to May, okay? Irresistible Destinations restarted January 1st. More information about that is out in Consultants Corner. Boston and Punta Cana. Fast Track Rewards, always available. Again, all this information can be found on Consultants Corner. So I just wanted to take a moment and kind of give you a high-level overview of what's happening, because there is a lot happening, okay, this month. Now, this Say Yes PC video. A couple of things to point out, okay? Share why you said yes to Pampered Chef, okay? Share why you're happy you said yes, and invite others to join you again with that line. I'm so glad I said yes to the apron, and you can too. Some things to remember across the bottom. Keep it under a minute. It's more to be like, kind of like a commercial, right? Don't read your message. If you want to practice it a little bit, but you know, keep it short and sweet. Look at the camera. Okay, you want to be smiling, of course, and then of course share it on social media. And then you'll be in to possibly win one of those prizes. So that's kind of a challenge for everybody out there, is to do your Say Yes PC video, okay? I always like to include this, right? Because we always need to have goals. Goals are so important to have every month. How is your schedule looking, everyone? How many parties do you have on your calendar right now? And how many more would you love to add? Or how many more are you going to add? And in regards to your personal sales, where are you looking at for your personal sales? Okay, it is only March 7th. So there is tons of time to still book parties for this month. All right. And then it's sharing the business opportunity again. How many people are you looking to recruit this month? All right. We believe in you. We know you can do it, but you always need to set goals, and you should be sharing these goals with your director or your upline. And perhaps you have an accountability partner. We're big on accountability partners. So If you don't have one, but you would love to, perhaps, you can find one through this group that we have that we're sharing resources for. So I think, oh, the other thing I just wanted to point out for those directors is there's a Q&A with Andrew also on March 9th. So please be sure and register for that. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing and come back to all of you. Did my video hold up? Was I fuzzing out, everybody? My video held up. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to flip it over to Kim. We're very excited to share with you tonight getting creative with classes, right? This is something Kim's been working on. So I am going to pass it to her to share her idea with you.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure everybody can see the screen okay. I may try to move it over here where I can see it a little better. Okay, how is that looking, Shelley? Is that looking good?
Can you make it full screen?
Can you do slideshow, Kim? That might work.
Yeah, that's better. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
better view.
All right. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something I've been working on, charcuterie classes. Charcuterie is all the rage. How many of you type in the chat if you have made a charcuterie board before? I bet lots of you have. So benefits of hosting a charcuterie class. It's a personal connection with your customers that you can build so that you can build that like, know, and trust factor with them. It's so much fun. And folks love learning how to make something that they can take home, right? It leads, what I found is a charcuterie class leads to future sales, bookings, and recruit leads. You can see one of the tips that I'll share a little later on, and I'll just share it now, is take pictures of people with their boards. You can see how proud people are that they've created something fun like that. So what do you do first? So I'm going to walk you through this step by step. First, set a date for your class and send out a customer connection email. I also share this in my VIP group. You can share it on social media. I did an event in my VIP group and sent out a customer connection email. You can take screenshots of this if you want. This is just basically what I shared with people, that I was inviting them to a charcuterie board class at my house, the time, the cost, $25, that they're actually going to be making their board on our medium-sized cutting board, and that they'll be making their board to take home, and that I'll have one that I'm creating that they'll get to munch on, and they'll, get to use as an example. Space is limited to 12, and you're going to need to order these boards about 2 weeks in advance. So people are going to pay you ahead of time, and then you're going to order all the boards. So here's what you'll do. You will order item number 1012, which is $22. I put those on a bulk order and order them all and have them shipped to my house so that it saves on shipping charges. And here's some products to incorporate. So this is a picture of the board that I made ahead of time that people were munching on for the ones that I did in February. So here's some of the products. So I used the crinkle cutter to slice cheese. I was shocked at the amount of people that either didn't have a crinkle cutter or had one and forgot about it, and were so excited to bring it back out. I used the Rapid Prep mandolin to slice some veggies. You could do cucumbers, you could do squash, you could do zucchini, just tons of carrots, anything. I also use the deluxe cooking blender. You can use that to make hummus. There's or jelly. Both those recipes are in the cooking blender cookbook. If you can see in the top right corner, I actually used it to make the roasted red pepper dip and walnut dip, which is really good. You can make bread in the loaf pan. We have that wonderful sourdough bread, which is wonderful, or beer bread. I actually used the deluxe stand mixer to make whipped cream, and had people book because they saw it make whipped cream. It was amazing. The wood cutting board to make the charcuterie that everyone enjoys. So I'm showing that as well. Various knives, the cup slicer for strawberries. I had dipped those in white chocolate for a Valentine's Day, but I'll be slicing them next. Brownie bites for bite-sized brownie cups. The Easy Accent decorator to pipe whipped cream in their brownies. And then I also ordered 4-ounce little jelly jars for hummus or dips. And you can see I made the new Green Goddess dip mix as well. So grocery list, this is pretty simple. If you have an Aldi close by, that's where you're going to get a great value for buying the ingredients that you'll need. Sam's Club, I also use that for some things. You'll just buy crackers, different types of crackers, whatever you can find, different types of cheeses, salami meats. I taught people how to make a salami rose using a wine glass, various fruits. You could even do pineapple with the pineapple wedger right now. You could do sliced apples. I mean, lots of different things. Nuts, I had found some really interesting nuts at Aldi. A chili lime nut that people just went gaga over. You'll buy the ingredients for the hummus or the dip that you'll make, and then a brownie mix. And then, of course, what you would use for whipped cream, which is just powdered sugar and heavy whipping cream. So here's the results I wanted to share. So I scheduled my first class on February 7th and had another one on the 13th because that one overbooked, and then another one on the 28th. So what I mean by that is I was only taking 12. So I had formed a waiting list immediately. So I ended up for the month of February holding 3 classes and had 22 people attend. Cutting boards were $21 now. They've gone up to $22 now, but it was $462 in sales just for the cutting boards. I had some people do additional sales when they attended the classes, which totaled another 300. And that doesn't sound like much for seasoned people that do a lot of business, but for our consultants, that would be a great result. The one thing, and then we can all use additional sales, of course, but what it resulted in was 4 bookings from those 3 classes. 2 were charcuteries. 1 was an online party and 1 was an in-home party. And then I have 2 recruit leads, which are upcoming hosts from those classes. So here's a couple success tips. Number 1, have your board ready for folks to enjoy. So you want to have that completely done as they come in. I demoed the dip or a hummus in the cooking blender. I had all the ingredients out for that, put everything in, showed them how to make the dip, popped it in the little jelly jars, and while they're making their boards, I'm cleaning the cooking blender. So they're seeing how that works as well. I had the brownie cups finished and ready for them to fill. So they would place the cups on their boards in the position that they wanted them before they would fill them. I demoed how to make the salami rose using the wine glass. That's so easy. If you guys haven't seen that done, you can look it up on YouTube. I prepped all the cheese ahead of time. So I used the crinkle cutter and had that all cut up in bite-sized pieces. And I had trays of all the food they would need on the table to make their boards. So I have 5 or 6 at my dining room table. I had set up another table in my living room area. So I had 2 trays, and the trays had things on it, like whatever fruit they were using, nuts, the brownies, the cheeses, everything. Saran wrap to wrap the boards as they leave. So I had the cutting board laying long ways, saran wrapped it this way and then over, and then just kind of pressed it down, and that held up really well. I demoed the whipped cream in the deluxe stand mixer, just put the stuff in there, turn it on and walked away. And they were like, whoa, could not believe it that it just magically shuts off when it's done. And then you have perfect whipped cream. So they were freaking out over that. Then I'll let them fill their brownie cups with the Easy Accent decorator. So they have their boards all done. And then I'm just filling it and letting them fill it, which was really fun for them. I had catalogs out, of course, with order forms. I have specials for the month that you want to book for and the recruiting offer. And then I take pictures of everyone with their boards for social media so that I can tag them in everything. So let me end this and then I'll stop the share here. Okay, hope that was
So
helpful.
Kim, Kim, one of the questions is, how much did you spend on your food supplies for 12 boards? Or how did that work out?
It varies depending on where you shop. So if you know that you're planning one of these and a grocery store has buy one, get ones for crackers, or you have an Aldi nearby that you can go get cheeses, or your Sam's Club or Costco, it just really depends. What I found was you can do these really cheaply. These boards can be hundreds of dollars, but they don't have to be. I would say, I charge people $21, they paid $25. I probably spent $5 to $6 per person. So I went over a little bit, but the thing was I was able, I just wrote all that off. You could charge 30
Somebody
if you
asked-
wanted to, yeah.
Another question, Kim, was, did you use the Pampered Chef brownie mix?
I did not because I did not have any on hand, but if I did, I would have.
Oh, Peggy commented that the Dollar Tree has good buys on pickles and olives. So that's something to keep in mind too.
Yeah.
There's a variety of stores.
And what I stressed with everybody was kind of teaching them how to do this is, don't let a charcuterie board intimidate you. You do not want this thing to be so perfect that people are afraid to start eating it. So that's the thing I wanted to get across to them.
There was another question. When you book a charcuterie board show, will the host purchase all the ingredients for the party? And what about the board?
Okay, so I have, and it's totally up to you how you want to do it. I had, the people booked the charcuterie classes. So what I did was I set up a party for the host. So I have the first one coming up in 2 weeks. Her name is Misty Klein. I set up a party in Misty's name, and she PayPal'd me all the money for the boards, put an order in under her party, and all the boards are coming in. So she has gotten credit for the sale of those boards. And then the night of the party, all her guests are actually coming here. And I am going to be, just doing the class here at my house. You could totally ask the host to pay for the ingredients because they're going to be doing that anyway if they were hosting a party and you were doing that. I did not, because Misty is a very good customer of mine. And I just wanted to treat her to that. Plus I have some things left over. You're going to have things left over. You don't want to do just one class. You really want to, once you put it out there, you're going to get more probably than 10 to 12 people. Natasha Prince on my team has put it out there and already has to her limit already, just kind of posting it one time. So you really want to kind of book 2 at a time and spread them apart a little bit where you can use up some of the leftover things that you'll have, if that makes sense.
All right. We'll open it up. Does anyone have any other questions? It's 8:30. We're happy to try and answer any other questions you might have.
What
Yeah, and
about
if
the
you wanna-
jelly jars? Are you buying those?
Oh, the jelly jars. Kim, where'd you get the
Yeah.
jelly jars?
So I ordered the jelly jars off of Amazon, the little 4-ounce ones. I actually was going to use the Pampered Chef 1 cup prep balls, but they were so big, they did not look right on that cutting board. So I just invested in jelly jars. I've got them here, you know, in my closet. And I use them a lot anyway for different things. And then I have some, you know, leftovers I'll put in there, and I was able to wash them and reuse some. So that's just kind of a little, you know, gift they get to take home. I didn't do any door prize drawings or anything like that we typically do at live shows. So I just kind of considered that little jelly jar their little gift.
So did they each get 1 or 2?
One.
1. Okay.
They got 1. And it's whatever dip I made that night.
Any other questions? Oh, Ace
Anybody
Hardware
wanna-
has great jelly jars. Didn't think
does-
about that.
Yeah, I found them on
Ace
Amazon
Hardware.
pretty cheap. Ace Hardware. I found them on Amazon pretty cheap. I have Prime, so it was free to ship them. So anybody want to try
Ace
one?
Ace Hardware is cheaper than Amazon. I have found, as I am a big canner. So
Good to know.
Ace
Good.
Hardware? Okay.
Yeah. You're going to invest a little bit of your own money. I'm going to tell you, because I have. But what I found is the benefits are tremendous. I'm getting in front of people again. They're just so excited to be able to do this because it's so fun. They're making something, they're taking something home, they're talking to their friends about it. They want to book a charcuterie class. It's just a lot of fun, and it's just livening up my business a little more, getting me in front of more people. And they're so easy to do. They're just super easy. Once you do one, I mean, they roll out just like our cooking shows, right? It's just something a little different.
Another question, Kim, is how long does this class take normally to do?
That's the beauty, right? They're coming in my house at 6 o'clock. They're walking out the door about 7:15. I mean, it is super fast. And as they're building their boards, you know, I'm walking around talking to them. I'm also cleaning up in my kitchen. So when they're like leaving, I am cleaned up and done by 7:30.
There's another question. Did you just use saran wrap? I think you said it was just saran wrap, right? To wrap them
Just-
up so that they could get out the door to go home.
Yeah, just saran wrap. And I found that as you're going to do a long piece and fold it over, and then another piece this way and fold it over. So you're using 2 pieces, but it totally covers it, gets it good and secure so they can go home.
All right. Any other questions this evening?
I was just gonna say, I'm big on charcuterie boards. And one of the other things that I use in my home is my pizza peel to do my charcuterie board on. And that's really attractive.
It is.
Oh, that would be, yes.
I wanted to give people, and what I told them is, you're going to see tons of boards. Pampered Chef has tons of boards out there to make a charcuterie on, but I wanted to give you guys something that you can use every day. You can use this Pampered Chef cutting board every day and make a charcuterie board on it, and it still looks pretty. But I have had, Peggy, I had 2 people buy the big wood cutting board.
Oh, nice.
And because they wanted it, when they saw how I did the charcuterie on that, they wanted it.
And that's one we never show very much.
Oh,
You know,
right.
so
And then we do have the charcuterie board as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't hold much, right? That little Lazy Susan
know.
doesn't hold much. Anybody else? We don't want to, Shelley, I want to be respectful of your time.
One last question, I guess. Do you promote these classes and do them at your home? It sounds like yes. They've been at your house, right?
I would rather do them at my home. And that's the way it's worked out so far. I would love to do
And you
cooking.
limit
I
it
just
to
like
how
to do
many
them at my home.
people?
What, Peggy?
I'm sorry, you limit it to how many people?
I limit it to 12.
Yeah.
Just because my dining room table holds 12, I have an 8-foot card table that holds 12. And that's plenty of room to get everybody around it. More than that, you're working yourself to death. You want to just do a different day. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot more to prep if you do more than 12.
So did you set just a time and a date and then just put it out there? You didn't say who's interested or anything like that? You just threw it out there on Facebook?
Joanne, I would throw it out there on Facebook. I set up an event in my VIP group, and I sent out a customer connection email, and I wanted them to text me to save their spot. Some people, emailed me back and that kind of thing, but just do it. Even if you only have, your family's going to come first. I'm going to tell you. My mom, my aunts, my sister, they were all here first. They were the guinea pigs. The family will come first. But they paid, right? I took their money.
Did many people attend and then like order or not order? They just came for the class and they didn't really order anything else?
So I shared a screenshot with those details, Paula. I ended up
Okay, I'll look back.
That's okay. I ended up with about $300 in orders. And
Okay.
then I got like 4 bookings, and 2 are
Okay.
recruit leads.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Tim, have you ever done the salami roses?
Yep. Talked about that in the little slideshow. Yeah. Everybody loves making a salami rose.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's 8:39. So if you have any other questions, I guess, Kim, they can always reach out, right? If somebody
Yeah,
would have a
sure.
question. But we hope that you have found this information helpful, especially if you're looking to get back out in front of people, like Kim was saying, get you an opportunity to get in front of even more folks. As more and more consultants are getting back out there in the home, right? And doing cooking shows and classes and whatnot. So anyways, we thank you all for being here tonight and being with Kim and I. And we wish you all the best in March. We have a lot going on, as we talked about, lots of opportunities for training. And so please be sure
Gonna
to
catch the lizard when I see it.
please be sure to check out the STIR if you haven't, and Consultants Corner for more information, everyone. And we will be back next month. I'm not sure the date in April, but we will be back, and 2 other leaders will be with you. So I think that's a wrap, Kim.
Yes. Good night, everybody.